It's time to get motivated. 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 All right, guys, it is Monday. We arrived. We're officially here. It is time. I like your heart. I like your mind. I like your spirit. Level up. Let's go. Welcome to Motivational Mondays with your girl, Motivated by Sherelle. As always, we're going to start by getting the fun stuff out of the way. You can follow me on my socials at Motivated by Sherelle on Instagram, and of course at Motivated by Sherelle on YouTube. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Yes, you can subscribe to my YouTube at Motivated by Sherelle. You can follow my Instagram at Motivated by Sherelle. I love sitting here with you guys every week. My goal is to inspire you to become your best self. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. People, share the love. So today we're going to be talking all things imposter syndrome. You may be asking yourself, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is that experience that we all may have where you feel like you're not as competent as others perceive you to be, and that little internal voice that's telling you you're not good enough, you can't be here, you don't deserve these accolades, you do not deserve your accomplishments. It's that little bit of internal turmoil that's telling you you are not good enough, and you are. So today we're going to talk about 5 steps to combat imposter syndrome. Step in combating imposter syndrome today is going to be separating reality from your feelings. A lot of times we have that fear of failure because we're sitting here residing off of our feelings. When you're only living off of how you feel and you react off of your emotions, sometimes you start to feel that sense of failure because, again, it's only human to get a new job and feel like, oh my God, what's going on? I don't know all these different moving parts. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? And you feel less than some of your peers because maybe some of your peers have been doing this role for 3 months, 6 months, 10 years. You never know. It's always different. But because you're comparing yourself so heavily to somebody else who's already actively in this role, you start to feel like maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe they didn't make the right decision. Maybe there is something that I'm just not doing right. Oh my God, I'm going to lose everything that I just tried to gain. Calm down. Take a breath. Separate your feelings from reality. The reality is you were chosen for this position. The reality is you worked hard to get this position. The reality is you're qualified for this position. The reality is if you were not supposed to be in this seat, you would not have been invited to this table. The reality is you can do this and you got this. This may be a new role. It may be something that you've never done before. And yeah, you might be taking on a whole bunch of new tasks that you've never done before. And if you are an entrepreneur, you're building a business, you're going to be making mistakes all over the place, feeling like a failure. You're going to be feeling like at every single step and every single turn, where am I doing anything right? How come I'm watching Bill, Joe, and Bob do it and they're getting the success they want, but I'm sitting here looking at me like, where's my success? Where are my accolades? I'm not good enough. You have to learn how to separate the two. I know I gave you guys a short story on when I started flipping, but here's just another little short story. The second house that I ever flipped, disastrous. It was not as easy going as the first one. There ended up being asbestos in the house. There ended up being all these different things I had never dealt with. So every step of the turn and every step of the way, I was just sitting there thinking to myself sometimes, I cannot do this. Why did I sign up for this? What is going on? How am I going to get through this? And by the end of it, yes, it took me longer than I expected to flip that house. But when I put it on the market, it was sold in 3 weeks and it was beautiful. It went to a family who was going to love that home. And I finally had to sit back and actually look at the last 6 to 7 months of my life and realize all the things that I did, all the things that I learned along the way. And instead of feeling like, man, I wasn't good enough, I could not do this, I cannot accomplish this goal, I had now gems, gems. And what I mean by gems is I had the knowledge to take me from point A to B. I had the knowledge to where if I ran into rusty pipes up under the tub again, I know what to do. I know who to call. I know where to go. I know what to experience. I know how long certain things might take to happen. And I know now to just turn the freaking water on before you start fixing a bunch of stuff, because you don't want to put in a brand new floor, then turn on the washer, and next thing you know, the pipes and there's flooding everywhere in your brand new floor. That is no fun. You learn lessons along the way. So it's important to separate the way you're feeling, because although you feel like a failure, although you feel like you're not good enough, and although you feel like you're not accomplishing your goals, you are. You're moving step by step, small little bite by bite. And although you might not be getting it all at once and thrown into your face, you gotta learn how to separate that, because although you may feel one way, it's not the truth. And I've learned this so many different times throughout my life. Every time I've been confident, even when I am freaking faking it, I really don't even know the answer, I'm just faking it, people tend to still want to come back to me for advice. They trust me because they know that I am going to find the answer. I am going to look for it. And when you know you're always going to go after everything you ever wanted with everything inside of you, stop feeling like a failure. Every single failure is nothing but another life lesson. I know it never feels like that in the moment, and we always saying things are cliche. Yeah, sometimes things are cliche because it's the truth. You gotta learn how to start getting yourself up and being like, I got this. I can do this. I heard a motivational speech once when it said, if you fall on your face, turn over, roll on your back, and look up, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's what I want you guys to understand today. If you can roll over on your back, and if you can look up, you can get up. And if you can get up, you are not a failure. You're just one step closer to your goal. Let's go ahead and move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is going to be all about finding healthy responses to how you deal with failure. We're all going to experience failure at some time in some point in life. This is where I always recommend to people that being an athlete, being in anything competitive where you're not just given blue ribbons because everybody participated, is going to teach you more about life than you will know. It takes a lot to go after a goal, and it takes a lot to keep yourself going as you're going and trying to achieve this goal. So you have to realize that you're gonna need healthy responses to failure. Failure is inevitable. It's gonna happen at some point. You're never gonna get up and try to ride a bike the first time and know how to ride the bike the first time. You're never gonna go ahead to write a story or write a book the first time and just write a #1 bestseller on the New York Times list the first time out. And so you have to start to become okay with failure and okay with criticism, okay with feedback, because life is going to consistently knock you down. And every time you get knocked down, you should level up 3 more levels. Don't get knocked down and fall down 3 flights of stairs. That's crazy talk. Why would you want to have to go now back up 6 flights when you should have been up 3 levels even after getting knocked down? That's how you want to start viewing your failures. What can I learn from this? Always take that moment to feel the failure, feel that little bit of pain that's eaten up inside of you, feel that little bit of why? God, why me? I've been working so hard. Why? Feel that. Feel all of that. But once you're done wallowing and feeling bad for yourself and feeling like a failure and a loser, take a moment to step back and say, how could have I approached this situation different? If I was in the same scenario again, what would I do different? What lessons have I learned out of this situation? If I ever go into financing for this type of home again, what type of financing am I truly going to look for? If I partner with somebody else, what do I want that partnership to look like? What do I want to bring to the table? What do I want them to bring to the table? And as you start sitting back to actually learn how to learn from your mistakes, you will start to see you are not a failure. You're a work in progress. And when you are a work in progress, you will always progress. Even the billionaires and millionaires of this world see themselves as a work in progress. They're always trying to elevate themselves. They're always looking for another book, another method, another talk, another lesson, somewhere for them to learn, somewhere for them to grow. And if you want to start to see yourself that way as the boss ass bitch you are, or as the boss ass man you are, you have got to start to accept failure as a part of your life. You're never going to get up one day and just be like, This is how it's going to happen. And it just worked that way. Learn how to take a step back. Learn how to give yourself a moment to be sad for whatever accomplishment you did not receive. Then go ahead and go into figure out mode, resolution mode, solve mode. What did I learn? How can I do better? Where can I pick up lessons? Where can I go to get this education? What program can I go ahead and apply for so the next time I apply, I'm not the only one sitting there without the certificate, feeling less than, because everybody in this room of interviews has this certificate but me. Start setting yourself up to win. Failure is a part of life. And it's one thing that we will always struggle with. But if you start to find ways to make you happy when you're going through those struggling times, you will learn so much more about your life than you can even imagine. Go ahead, guys. Just give yourself some time. It's okay to fail. Just remember, it's how you get back up. It's not the process of failing. It's how you get back up and how you move forward after the failure that matters. Don't fail one time and give up forever. That's crazy. We have millions of MUAs out here, and all of them can be amazing. Some are better than others, of course, but you can see the ones putting the time into their craft, even when they're terrible, even when they don't even know how to blend two eyeshadows together. But you can see them getting better from week to week to week to week, whether it's the way they edit their videos, whether it's the catchy music they want to use, whether it's catchy graphics popping off the screen to get you to come and look at the colors that they're doing. They always start somewhere. And it's like that in every single industry. So stop feeling like you are the failure. You're not. Learn how to find healthy ways to deal with your failures, and then you will succeed. Let's go on to step number 3, guys. Step number 3 is going to be visualization. Oh my God. Visualizing is my favorite thing to do. Just imagine yourself sitting on your couch. You got a nice cup of cocoa. You're looking out the window right over the ocean. That's my dream. I want ocean views one day. And as you're looking over the ocean into that endless possibility that the sea represents for us, you think to yourself, I've made it. Allow yourself a moment to feel that. I'm getting goosebumps as I talk about that. That is a dream, and I'm visualizing that. And when you visualize, one of my favorite things to tell people to do is vision board. I know you guys might have heard this a million times, vision boarding and vision boarding parties, and you see all these people posting all these different things together. Some of you guys may not feel like you're creative or like an artiste, so you don't want to do a vision board. I am not creative. I can draw stick figures, guys. I am not artsy like that at all. However, I create vision boards. I want to map out my life. I want to know what exactly I want. And if you are not visualizing exactly how you want your life to be, what you want to smell like, what you want to look like, how you want your hair to lay, what you're going to say, what you're going to do, how you're going to sit, how you're going to walk, how you're going to act, if you are not visualizing those things, you're already setting yourself up for failure. And we just learned we need to find healthy ways to combat failure. Preparation is one. And one of the ways you prepare for success is by visualizing your success. Don't surround yourself with a whole bunch of people that are not successful, and then you're also sitting there feeling like this failure loser, because you will continue to stay in that place. You need to start to surround yourself with other people who are looking to be successful, maybe even in the same field or realm that you're in, and go from there. It is so important that you visualize it. It's so important that you take those steps, and it's so important that you see yourself as the boss, as you see yourself as that teacher, as you see yourself as that doctor, as you see yourself winning that Nobel Prize, as you see yourself doing whatever it is that is on your freaking bucket list. You have to visualize it down to what it's going to feel like. Once it's in your fingers, you can achieve it. Let's go on to step number 4. Number 4 is going to be being more conscientious of your actual thoughts. It's so important that you're conscientious of what you're telling yourself and what you're thinking. So now what I do when I find myself being an imposter and telling myself I cannot do something, I cannot arise to the occasion. Let's try that again. I cannot rise to the occasion. When I'm telling myself I cannot do that, I really hone in on my internal thoughts. I take a step back. Even sometimes when I'm filming these videos from you guys on a week to week, when I feel like I'm not giving the energy I need, when I feel like I'm not radiating the energy like this, sometimes I have to just push pause, walk away and realize my audience knows my heart. They know I'm coming out here trying to give the best that I can, trying to do all I can. They know I'm doing my research and I'm putting my stuff together. And if you didn't know that, now you know. And that is okay. I have to then get my thoughts back to thinking, you got this, you can do this. Get on that camera, girl. Talk about whatever you want to talk about that. You see, I'm looking at myself right now. You got this, girl. You got this. And now I'm looking at you guys. You got this. Yes, you do. So be more conscientious of your thoughts. Tell yourself beautiful things. Really, truly learn what an affirmation is. Find ones that work for you and start to repeat them. Repetitive. Be repetitive in what you're doing in your self-growth. It needs to be consistent, because without consistency, you will never grow. You will never elevate, and you will never go from point A to point B, because consistency is what produces success. If you're consistent in anything, you will become successful. It may not be in the time frame that you wanted. It may not look like how you want it to, but it will happen. Stay consistent, and let's go on to step number 5. Number 5 is going to be all about radiating confidence. I know I did a video for you guys a couple weeks ago on becoming confident. Are you confident? What is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah, we talked about that. So let's go ahead and talk one more time about radiating confidence. This is going to help you when it comes to the imposter syndrome, because even though there is a task you may not know, even though there's a task that you're going to learn, remember that you are going to learn it. You do not know it now, so you should not feel incompetent, because you're going to learn that skill, and then that will become a part of what you contribute to the team. So while you are going through that, you need to radiate confidence. Remember when you were a child, they used to say, fake it till you make it. I am a firm believer of fake it till you freaking make it. Do not ever let somebody make you feel less than. Do not dim your light to make somebody else feel greater. You can be great and you're right, and so can they. So as you're going through this, you need to learn how to radiate that confidence. You need to know how to step into that situation and be like, I'm here. I'm the boss. I'm doing this. This is how it's going to go. This is how it's moving. And be confident in that, honey. Be confident in that. Know that you're bringing this to the table. Know that you have that worth. Know that you're contributing factors, because again, you prepared. When you prepare for things, you don't need to feel like a failure, because you have prepared for success. You visualize the success. You already feel it. You smell it. You touch it. You taste it. That is what I mean by that. And when you start to visualize yourself that way, you will start to radiate the confidence, because it'll ooze off of you, and can't nobody say it. And another thing with radiating confidence is be careful of your appearance. Okay, I know some of us just like to show up any kind of way, and that's okay if that's how you feel confident. If you feel confident in a t-shirt, some blue jeans, and some Chuck Taylors, and can't nobody tell you nothing when you walk in with that outfit, wear that outfit. But if you're somebody who wants to project a different image, and I mean projection of what you see in that image. If you see somebody as a boss wearing an outfit similar to this, wear an outfit similar to this. If you see somebody as a boss and you see them in a suit overcoat with a nice pinstripe pants, you wear that. If you think of somebody as a boss in a nice little pencil dress or a pencil skirt with a cute blouse, wear that. Start to look like what you want to be. Start to emulate the actions of what you feel success is. And as you start to emulate those things in the way you look, in the way you speak, in the way you act, the way you think and approach situations, everything will change, and your confidence is going to naturally come off you. Again, as you're building your blocks and you're doing all of the things to build yourself up, you're going to stop feeling like a failure. That feeling is going to start to go like this. It's going to dissipate. And the reason why it's dissipating is because you're getting confidence. You're learning new skills. And as you learn new skills and become more comfortable with those new skills, that is when you're in a place where you can be like, I got this. But remember, start faking it till you make it. Because if you don't know something now, you'll know something in a week. If you don't know it today, you'll know it tomorrow. And hey, you never know. Somebody could be showing you something while you're showing them something at the same freaking time. Learn to drip. I mean, drip confidence. I used to dim my light a lot for people. No more. And I ask of you the same. No more. No dimming. No pretending to be something you're not, but simply taking on the person you want to be, transforming into that person you want to be, and oozing that confidence of that person you want to be. You have this. Let's go ahead and get into our final thoughts. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this on up today. So today we were talking about imposter syndrome and 5 simple ways to go ahead and combat imposter syndrome. We learned about faking it till we make it, learning to visualize our success, finding healthy ways to combat that feeling of failure and feeling like you're not good enough, like you're not meant to sit at this table. We've also learned some different ways to go ahead and learn the difference between what you are feeling and what reality is. And finally, having the conscious to combat your inner thoughts, what you are thinking internally and what you are projecting out into the world. So that is what we talked about today, people. I hope you found these tips super helpful, super inspiring, because you got this. You don't have to sit here and feel like a failure. You're not. Anything you don't know today, you will learn. And remember, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. I know you hear me say it every week because I really believe you got this. I just think you need to take the time to truly start working on yourself on the inside. Do not keep looking externally. The external factors are not going to fix the internal. So let's start here. It starts with self. Own what you need to change. Own what you need to do different. Own who you are. Own it, own it, own it, so that you no longer feel like an imposter. You no longer feel phony. You no longer feel fraudulent. And when you step up, you're ready to show up and show out. Because what are we here to do? Be our best selves. Now it is time for you to go out, go have your day, and it's time to get motivated. As my dog is in the background, that's okay. We're not even gonna cut that out. It's okay. It is good for you to go start your week. Start it. Start it how you want to finish it. You got this. Stay inspired. You're worth it. All right, guys, go out and enjoy your day. You got this. You do, you do, you do, you do, you do. You got it. Enjoy your day and go. Yeah. All right, now. It's time. Yes. Enjoy your Monday. I'm so happy you joined me today. It was beautiful inspiring you. Thank you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate it. We finally hit 100 subscribers on Instagram. It just makes me so happy you're here. Enjoy your day.